Hey guys, so today I have another figure review. I know this is kind of random to put them together, but I have a Haikyuu one of Bokuto and then one of Shoto. I don't think I have any other figures that are like Bandai or like Band Presto to share right now after this one. So I'm just gonna put them together because I think putting two actually makes the video like a nicer time length. I don't want to do like the smallest video ever because I got so used to doing long videos like when I started like doing editing and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways, I have Shoto from My Hero Academia and Bokuto from Haikyuu. So I'm gonna start with Bokuto. Actually, so the reason why I have this one is I think it was $30 to $40 ish Canadian. There's no price tag, so I don't know how much he was, but somewhere in that price range because they're normally around that price. But anyways, I wanted a Bokuto figure, and I originally wanted like a noodle stopper figure, like the ones that are sitting down. I have videos on my figures playlist if you want to see, but it's basically I have Koru, Kenma, Kageyama, and Hinata as noodle stoppers, and they're sitting down, and it's really cool, and I kind of wanted one that was sitting down as well. But I looked up online, and I don't think there is one of Bokuto at all. When I looked at Bokuto Band Presto figures, the only one that came up was this one, and then also there was another one that was actually, what is it? That was this one, but it was in his actual volleyball uniform. So I didn't find this one, and apparently this is an exclusive where like it's rarer than the other ones. So I ended up, once I saw this, I was like, I'm just gonna buy it because I don't see the other one, and also it's Bokuto and I really want something of Bokuto. So yeah, comes with like a little thing with like the Japanese, like the kanji, like how it's written, but it says a quote from him, I believe, but I cannot read it because it's in Japanese. But yeah, but I'm super excited I got it. It even has like the backing of the shirt that says it. I think it says something about like volleyball and stuff like that. But it's a shirt that Bokuto actually has in the anime, and it means a lot to him. So I thought I would get this. So this is the other one you can get, which is actually his uniform, which I probably would have preferred. But this is a special one, so I guess it's okay to have. Yeah, but I'm not gonna buy the other one though because I don't need two Bokutos doing the same pose, even if it's like different clothing. I know some people are like into buying those, but not for me. So yeah, so I did indeed open this because I wanted to see how everything was. This is the only thing that I didn't open, but basically it's a clear acrylic standee of like the phrase that is on the back of his shirt. So yeah, but I'm not gonna open this because I want to keep it sealed and like safe as possible. So that's why that one is not open. So we have Bokuto. He's in pieces. So this is his stand. You just put it on like so. And this is more of an action pose, which is kind of why I didn't really want it to begin with, because even though the action poses are cool, I don't really collect a lot of them with that much action poses. Like the ones that I'm like really liking are like the noodle stoppers, which are made by Frio apparently, which is a different company, but it looks like similar quality to the Band Presto one, so you can put them side by side. This Bokuto is quite big though, so I think the scaling may be off for that, but I'll do it anyways. But yeah, he's basically jumping. His face is so cute, and then his hair, it has like the black and then the silver streaks, like the highlights. Bokuto is like one of my most favorite. Apparently people were complaining that in the anime he has less muscle on the back compared to in the manga. However, realistically speaking, I feel like unless you work out, you're not gonna get that muscular structure on your back. So it's kind of strange that they give them, like, I guess it's more fan service-y, so they draw it like that in the manga. But for the anime, they don't have that much muscle on their back. But to be fairly honest, I was talking to my brother about this, and he said something about, like, a good point about, like, animation in general. The more details you add, the harder it is to constantly animate those details. So I guess in a way, to help out with that, they kind of just removed that and didn't draw them the same way as the manga, which makes sense. Like, it doesn't make me upset because the character still has the same personality and they look similar. It's just less muscular. So yeah, but I don't think it really matters too much to me. Definitely, I feel like the more definition you add in drawing and then you try to animate it, it will be like a bit difficult to do. And then it will be just like a animator like nightmare basically to constantly do that, I feel like. So yeah, he's got his quote on the back of the shirt, and then it's like the wrinkles of the shirt are really nicely sculpted, and so are the pants, and then his like leggings. His leggings are actually like, they feel like they're a different level compared to the legs, so it does feel like an extra layer kind of in a way. They probably made them separate pieces or something for that, or maybe they just sculpted it like that, but it's really nicely done. And then we've got his shoes, which are super cool. They're the volleyball shoes, and then they got all the traction on the bottom, which is nice. They do have like the muscle though for like the toned arms, which is really cute. Like that they added all the details. So basically you just shovel this on here, if I can. It's always hard to like shovel these in. Okay. And then let me see, so it's not at crotch level for the figure. But yeah, basically, I'm not gonna go any higher to see the other hand because my stand, the phone might actually fall. So yeah, but that's basically him. Ooh, a 360. I love the pose. It's just, I love when the characters are just standing or like sitting because I think it looks cuter. But I definitely love like the big action pose. So this is gonna be my only IQ one that has that pose, like this type of pose. But if you get the other ones that are band presso, they do have like the action poses. But for mine, because it's made by Furyu, it's actually a company that makes like the noodle stopper ones. I don't know what other figures they make, I didn't look up, but because of that, I basically only have like noodle stoppers from them, so they're all like sitting and crouching. My next one is Shoto. So I wasn't gonna get this originally. There was another one that was, I think, a smaller figure, and it was like the fire and the ice. But this one is kind of like both have melded together to turn into like this cool mist thing. But anyways, this is Shoto. And I didn't think about if I wanted a big figure or not of him, but then I decided to get this because I thought it was super cool. And also I do have a big Deku figure, and I do have a bunch of Kirishima and Bakugos, so I think this would be to scale with them. I do have some band presso ones where they are smaller scales too, but I thought why not, since I have the trio as like bigger scale ones, I would just get this as well. So this one is the Amazing Heroes DX series. There's so many different series for when it comes to like band presso and Bandai. This company has so many different series. My number one thing that I don't like is it really doesn't list out, like, the scaling. So if you are looking for like a specific scaling for all your figures to be or statues to be, that's the only issue. Like, I guess you would have to look online and look at that, but it doesn't list on the box, and sometimes when I look online it doesn't even list that either. So I guess it's because they don't give the information for that. But it's kind of annoying because if you buy multiple like different animes, like different anime series, and you want them all to be the same scale, you're gonna have to try to figure it out. But yeah, but normally I prefer mine all like 7-inch, but because of these, I just am saying I'm having some that are different things because they're like statues like these, so it's perfectly fine. But normally I would just have like 7-inch like my McFarlane toy figures, so that way they all work together. But for band presto, it's really hard to figure it out, so I don't bother. This one was $33, which isn't too bad. Oh no, his legs fell out. Okay, so he's in pieces. I did open this, like I opened every one, just to like play around and see like how they look. I also bought this because I feel like I don't give Shoto enough love when it comes to like that. I love Shoto as a character, but he's kind of been like pushed down in the rankings of like my list of favorite characters in My Hero Academia. So I feel like I don't show him enough love, and sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna get a Shoto merch because I do like him a lot. It's just I don't know, like, because there's Bakugo, Kirishima, Deku, and then a whole bunch of other ones, I end up like just not really thinking too much about Shoto when it comes to like buying merch. So I decided to buy this one. I do have a body pillow of him too and stuff like that, and little like chibi plushies, but I feel like I should have had like this type of figure too. I have a McFarlane Toys one, so yeah, but I got this big one now. So this is him, super cute. This is his hero suit. It's just that the neck piece is not clipped together, and he is doing something with his quirk. I think it's when he's mixing his fire and his ice power together, and it kind of becomes like super heated the way that he does it. So he figured out how to make it like very smoky and super heated, almost similar level to Dobby, I will say, which was really cool. And then he has his hair is kind of like fluffing up, and then he has his scar here, his burn mark. All the detailing for like the wrinkles on the pants are super nice. I don't see any like what is it? I don't see any scuff marks or anything from the paint job, so it's really done really well. And then here is the boots. The padding of his boots are different from the other hero shoes that I have seen. So pretty. So basically, this one is completely different from the other ones. So most of the band presto statues come with like this black stand, like the one that I showed you with Bokuto and stuff like that. There's also like kind of translucent ones that are still black, but this one just came with a foot stand basically, which is the shape of his foot. So you basically shovel his foot in here. Hang on. So you shovel his foot in here, and his other foot is supposed to go under there anyways, and that's how he stands. It's really different from the other ones, so I'm not used to it, like the look of it. I would prefer if everything was like the same, so that way when you put figures together it looks the same. But I guess this way the stand is smaller, so that way it doesn't take up much space. And also because he's standing like this and he's a taller figure, maybe it's better because it's like reaching this amount of his foot and his leg. So yeah, but overall it's still a cool figure. look at his face more. So basically, this is what he looks like. I absolutely love this one. So yeah, so we have Shoto, and then we have Bokuto here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was random having these two together, but to be honest, they're my favorite animes besides Demon Slayer, which is also on the top list too. But basically, I don't think I have much other figures to show right now, so this is basically my last one for a while. Also, like, I bought these from GameStop, but I don't really want to promote buying from them because there's a whole bunch of politics and stuff like that now. But yeah, basically, because of that, I don't really want to say too much about, like, buying from them. But since I'm not going to buy from there for a while, I feel like there's not really another place I can get these figures. Like, I can go to the Comic Conspiracy, but the one in Square One is actually, which is the closest to my accommodations, is very small, and it doesn't have, like, a huge figure selection. They have quite a few, but there's not too many, and I think they're, like, the selling, like, they don't sell too much, so when they restock the shelves, it's not like at a constant, like, weekly or like bi-weekly basis where there will be something new that you see on the shelf right away. So yeah, and there's also My Pops Canada, but I have looked at their figures and kind of just went like, I don't feel like buying them. So yeah, but I normally buy these when I just see them and I'm like, oh, I really want them. So yeah, but that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!